For decades now, Australia's been telling Palestinians to negotiate with Israel, to be a partner for peace. Let's take a moment to reflect on who the Palestinians have been asked to negotiate with now. Israel has just elected its most far-right government in history, and that's saying something. Australia's Foreign Minister has said that Australia's position as a friend of Israel will not be affected by the inclusion of far-right parties in the new Netanyahu-led government. So who are our new friends going to be? Israeli Prime Minister-designate Benjamin Netanyahu will form government with parties of the far right, the Religious Zionist Alliance, which now form the third largest bloc in the Knesset. They're explicitly anti-Palestinian, explicitly anti-LGBTQI rights and ultra-conservative. And Jewish Party power leader Itamar Ben-Gvir, who wants to be police minister, was convicted in 2007 for supporting a terror organisation and inciting racism. He said he wants to legislate to strip citizenship from, and I quote, anyone working against Israel from within Israel. He recently attended a memorial of the late far-right movement leader Meir Kahane, whose violent anti-Arab ideology included calls to ban Jewish Arab intermarriage and for the further mass expulsion of Palestinians. Kahane was considered so offensive that Israel banned his party from running for the Knesset, and the US, amongst other countries, listed it as a terrorist group. Religious Zionism party leader Bezalel Smotrich also has a history of racism and has said the murder of a Palestinian family by Israeli settlers was not terrorism. Netanyahu has actively worked to ensure these figures are elected, and these extreme elements are likely to be given senior government positions in the new Israeli government. This is all led by Netanyahu, who himself has said there will be no Palestinian state under his watch. And we only need to look to his record of aggressive settlement expansion to know on this point, at least, he's speaking the truth. Make no mistake, illegal Israeli settlements in the occupied West Bank have grown under every single Israeli government for the past half-century, despite consistent international opposition. There are now roughly 750,000 Israeli settlers living illegally on occupied Palestinian territory. 2022 is also on course to be the deadliest year for Palestinians in the occupied West Bank on record. And that's before this frightening new government has even taken office. The rise of the far right in Israel heralds an even more terrifying and dangerous time for Palestinians. So why is the Albanese government behaving like business as usual? This is the time for Prime Minister Albanese and Foreign Minister Penny Wong to explicitly call out an extremist Israeli government. That's the least we could expect from a party and a government that goes on the record and says it wants to be a friend for Palestinians, a friend for peace, justice and freedom. Well, who are they really friends of?